What if I tell you that a narcissist does not need loud fights, hurtful words, or physical aggression to destroy you? Their real abuse, the real damage does not happen during arguments. It happens in the quiet moments, inside your own home, through the everyday things you can never imagine could hurt you. Like the daily use things, such as the car, which they use as a torture chamber, or the keys, for example, they hide on purpose just to cause you a lot more mental strain, or the personal items they may intentionally misplace to make you doubt yourself, gaslighting. These are just the basic examples I'm giving you. There are countless small things they use to abuse you in ways that will shock you to your core, which is why I am doing this episode today. They know exactly which object will trigger you, which moment will break you, and which inconvenience will destabilize you. They do not just attack your body, they dismantle your peace. And you know what is darker? They have been using these everyday things that I'm mentioning against you long before you ever realized what was happening. Let me give you a hint of how interesting today's episode is going to be. Have you ever noticed how narcissists intentionally create a mess just so you clean after them? They make you feel small without you even realizing that that is abuse. Let's dive deep. Today, I'm going to show you the 7 everyday things a narcissist uses to abuse you without ever raising their voice. These are the hidden weapons they rely on because they know you can never prove this kind of abuse. You can never explain it to others, and you can never fully escape it while living with them. Before getting started with number one, only 2 days remain until my free workshop in which I'll show you how to break the trauma bond, the spell of cognitive dissonance with a narcissist in less than 60 minutes. Is that even possible? Absolutely. Come around, join, and let me show you how that is done. Link is in the description. Slots are limited. You may not get a seat. Number one, phone. Phone becomes one of the most triggering things for narcissistic abuse survivors because all the cheating, neglect, planning, and plotting took place on the phone, right? Narcissists stay glued to their phone the entire day to make you feel invisible. They're so deep into their phone that they even take it to the bathroom for hours and you start feeling like you're living with a roommate. When you are eating at the dining table, they are on their phone. When you are in the living room, they are on their phone. When you go to a restaurant, guess what? They are on their phone. And it's not about the addiction that we all struggle with. It's about the phone being a Pandora's box. You know, everything is in there. Another reason is that they scroll endlessly in front of you to signal that you don't matter. They would rather mindlessly look at those pictures and drop random cryptic likes than talk to you and have a real conversation. They use their phone at the dinner table to break emotional intimacy. They keep their eyes glued to the screen when you are talking to silently humiliate you. They pretend to be busy on their phone just to avoid acknowledging your presence. They use their phone as an emotional wall so you can't reach them. And they scroll late into the night to avoid any physical closeness with you. But the deeper truth is this: the phone becomes their silent weapon. It becomes the doorway to their double life, the evidence of the attention they give everyone except you, the proof that the connection you are craving is something they are giving to strangers online. And the worst part is the way your body remembers it, the late night scrolling, the sudden giggles at messages you were never allowed to see, the locked screens, the turned away faces, the bathroom trips that lasted for hours, and the way they would protect that device as if it was their oxygen. You start feeling like you are competing with a damn screen. You start feeling like you are begging for a human who's already gone. You start feeling like the phone is the real partner in the relationship and you are just the background noise, which brings us to number two. They abuse you through the wallet and by stealing and hiding your things. They always pretend to be broke in front of you and show an empty wallet when it comes to meeting your needs and expenses, but they always have money in abundance for their mother, their friends, and their own luxury. And not only that, they steal things from you as well. They keep stealing money. Small things, for example, disappear, and they do it on purpose to trouble you. Not only that, they intentionally hide keys to make you go crazy, to make you think you have dropped them somewhere. They take the things that matter to you the most, things you use daily, things that keep your routine stable, and they make them disappear. Money, cards, receipts, important documents, even small personal items from your wallet or purse. They don't need these things. They take them to watch your reaction. They take them to create chaos on purpose. They take them to feel superior while you stand there confused, frustrated, and doubting yourself. Narcissists love creating tiny disruptions that only you notice because it isolates you emotionally. It makes you feel like you are the problem. It makes you think you are careless, forgetful, neglectful, and irresponsible. They want you to believe all of that. They want you to believe you're losing control of yourself and your environment. It's psychological warfare that leaves no visible evidence. And what makes this abuse even darker is how calmly they do it. They will watch you search the entire damn house with tears in your eyes, panic, and they'll pretend to have no idea. They won't know what you're looking for. They'll sit there with a straight face while your heart races, while you retrace your steps, while you question your own sanity. They enjoy the power of knowing that one tiny item, a card, a small amount of cash, or something else can completely derail your day and shake your confidence. They enjoy seeing how easily your peace can be destroyed by the environment they build, where nothing is stable, nothing is predictable, and nothing is safe. This is how they train your mind to live in survival mode, to stay anxious, to stay small, and to stay dependent on them. This is not forgetfulness. This is not a mistake. This is calculated emotional sabotage disguised as everyday inconvenience. Number three, pillows and blankets, quilts. You may wonder, like, are they that petty? Well, if you have experienced narcissistic abuse, you know what I'm talking about. A narcissistic person can abuse you using a pillow. Now, you may wonder, how can someone abuse you using a pillow? Let me tell you how. Rather, let me show you. You may have noticed how they put a pillow in between you and them in bed to punish you when they're not on good terms with you. It's one of the most painful experiences of a narcissistic relationship because that pillow is not just a pillow. It becomes a wall, a barrier, a silent message that cuts deeper than any insult. It tells you without a single word that you are no longer wanted, that your presence does not comfort them, that your body, warmth, and your love, all of that means nothing to this monster anymore. Narcissists know exactly how much that pillow hurts you emotionally. They know that for you, physical closeness is not just touch, it is safety, connection, grounding, and reassurance. So when they push that pillow between you, they're not creating space, they're creating rejection. And they do it intentionally. They slowly shift away from you. They know very well the pillow placed between your bodies will do the job of silently punishing you. And that will fill the room with coldness, and they will act like nothing happened. This is how they hurt you without touching you, without saying a word, by turning something as soft as a pillow into a weapon of emotional abandonment. Just like the pillow, blankets, quilts, they become another weapon in their silent abuse. A narcissist knows exactly how much the blanket means during night warmth. Obvious. Comfort, safety, the feeling of being held, even when no one is touching you. And they use it to punish you in the most subtle and cruel ways. They pull the thing covering you away from you in the middle of night and they leave you freezing while they wrap themselves tightly and leave you uncovered. They turn their back and cocoon themselves in it so you physically cannot reach them even if you try. How do I know this? I've seen it all my life in my home. That's what kept me awake at night. It used to happen to my mother. Unfortunately, she's also a covert narc, but I saw it happening. My father used to do it all the damn time. In isolation, these things look petty. It looks so small that people might think, what are we even talking about? But this is emotional starvation. It feels like they are reminding you that you're not allowed to feel warm. You're not allowed to feel held. You are not allowed to feel comfortable. They do it to show you that you don't have access to them. They know exactly how painful it is when someone you love sleeps inches away from you but makes you feel like you don't exist. They hide inside their blanket to disconnect. They use it like armor, a shield that blocks your presence and tells you without telling, you are alone, even next to me. Number four, bathroom. It's their another favorite place to abuse you. And the top way they do bathroom abuse is by intentionally creating a mess in there. They deliberately leave the toilet seat dirty, taps on. They leave the basin full of hair if it is a male narcissist. They splash water everywhere and walk out as if nothing happened. It is their silent way of telling you, this is your place in my life. You deserve to clean my messes. It is entitlement, it's dominance. It is their way of reminding you that they see you as someone who exists to pick up after them. And the abuse does not stop there. They themselves spend hours in the washroom, scrolling, relaxing, escaping, while never letting you use it in peace. The moment you go in, suddenly they need to use the bathroom urgently. They knock, call your name, tell you to open the door, create discomfort like extreme, just so you can never experience a moment of detachment from them. They make you rush, make you feel guilty for taking basic time for yourself. They interrupt you even in the one place where every normal human being deserves privacy. And then there are days when they occupy the bathroom for hours and make you suffer when you actually need to use it. They know exactly how inconvenient and painful it is for you. This is how they turn the most ordinary space into a place of emotional torture through mess, through intrusion, and through denial of privacy. They make you feel like even the bare minimum, basic things are a big inconvenience to them. Number five, lights and the car. Narcissists even turn the damn lights in your home into weapons. They switch them on and off depending on their mood, depending on what you are doing. If you are sleeping, they have to mess with them. When you're resting, they suddenly turn on bright lights just to disturb you. When you are working, they deliberately switch the room into darkness so you lose focus. When you are scared or uncomfortable, they walk out and leave you in the dark on purpose. When they want to punish you, they sit in the same room with the lights off, creating this uncomfortable, suffocating silence until you feel guilty, confused, and anxious. They make you feel like you are walking on eggshells, even around a switchboard. Light becomes another way of controlling your nervous system, overstimulating you, depriving you, or trapping you in discomfort. They know very well that your body reacts to light, that your mind calms down with soothing light and gets distressed with sudden brightness. So they use it as a tool to control your emotional state. They don't say anything, no, they don't argue, they don't scream. They let the lighting do its job. They psychologically abuse you through the brightness. Can you imagine that? Another place where narcissists show their real nature is the car. I've talked about it so many times. They trap you in a closed space with no escape. They use driving to intimidate you, speed up when they're angry, bark orders, scare you, take risky turns while acting like nothing is wrong. They do all of that because they know you can't walk away. They know fear will force you into silence. And when they are not using aggression, they use the car for silent treatment. They drive for long stretches without saying a single word to torture you emotionally. They blast loud music you hate or keep the environment cold and quiet just to make you feel really terrified. They control the air conditioning, the music, the mirrors, and the windows. Everything becomes their territory. And when they are really angry, what do? They make you sit in the car, wait for hours while they stay on their phone or walk out pretending they forgot something. And they leave you lonely, humiliated, and emotionally trapped. Even parking sometimes becomes abuse. They park the car badly and then blame you, or they refuse to drop you where you feel safe or where you need to go, or they leave you stranded to teach you a lesson. For them, the car is never just a vehicle. It's a moving cage where they control the atmosphere, the power dynamic, and your emotional state. So that was the last one. I hope you found it insightful. Let me know in the comments and make sure to register yourself for the free workshop I'm hosting this weekend. Link is in the comments and description. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.